In this video, I'm going to show you how to accommodate side artists in the ultimate Airtable base for record labels. If you haven't been following parts 1 through 6, go back and take a look. If you have, let's get right into the database schema. We've already configured it such that main artists could have many releases. But if we're going to introduce side artists that are going to live in the same table, all of a sudden, releases could also have many artists. That creates what's called a many-to-many relationship, which can only be solved using a junction table. This is how it looks. We're going to open up another tile. I'm going to color it green, and let's call it side artist. So now these are going to be the records where the side artist lives. Now, one artist could have many side artist appearances, but one side artist only has one artist, and that's why there's no arrow on this side of the diagram. Same thing with releases. One release could have many side artists, but one side artist only has one release. Again, no arrow on this side of the relationship. Let's get right into the data layer of Airtable to see how we're going to express this. Open up a view. Let's hide all these fields. Start a new field. Call it side artist. Plural. Link to another record. Create a new table that's called side artist. You see it's going to show up here. There we go. Let's make this singular. So it's because there's only going to be one release. Remember the data schema that we just walked through indicated that. Let's take a look again for everyone. So one side artist only has one release. So that's why we got rid of this checkbox. And let's do the same for artist. We're going to link to the artist table only in one direction like that. And then we'll give this the attribute, the one attribute that's most important. What type of side artist is it? Is it primary? Or is it featured? Great. Give it a quick primary field here. Let's just say really quick, we'll say, you know what we'll do? From the artist table, we'll bring in the title. And we'll make the primary field title and artist. Close that out, open up some brackets. And I think we have it called select right now. I'm going to change that in a second, but that'll do it. You'll see in a second when we start putting some data in here, but this is going to be called type. Okay. Now let's find a release. So open up the releases table. Let's bring it out here. Let's find a release. Sorry. Let's find a release where the format is single. So let's say Brick, Born to Win. Brick, Born to Win. Now the side artist in this case is going to be Jacket. Jacket's going to be primary. Let's do it again. Brick, Born to Win. In this case, there's going to be a featured artist named Dale Scott. We'll say featured. Now back to the releases table, we're opening up two more fields. They're going to be called primary artist, plural, and that's going to be a roll up. And we're going to roll up from that side artist table the artist conditional on where type is primary using array join values ampersand with two spaces on the side. Now this This is how it's going to look. Because there's only one of them, it comes out clean as just jacket. Stay with me. Now we're going to do featured artists. Just going to change that to featured. And you're going to see very clean. It's going to come out with just Dale Scott. Now for the purposes of illustration, let's do two more. Let's just say that this artist has 2 primary side artists and 2 featured. So let's say Ruth Livingston and Angel. Right? We're going to copy and paste those in there, primary and featured. Now we come back here and you see, because we had that ampersand with the spaces around it, it now says jacket and Ruth Livingston, Dale Scott and Angel. Boom, exactly how we want it. But now we need to get these fields to show up in the primary field, because the song's not called Brick Born to Win anymore. It's called Brick and Jacket and Ruth Livingston, Born to Win, featuring Dale Scott and Angel. And this is how you do it. You change this formula to include some kind of fancy concatenations and some fancy ifs. And I am going to paste it in from my clipboard. It's telling me there's a circular reference. Let's try to solve for that quickly. I think it might have something to do with just the name of this. So instead of spending a lot of time troubleshooting that, let's just throw an auto number in here. Cool. Cool. And let's see what happens now. Boom. Great. All right, so now we have Brick and Jacket and Ruth Livingston, Born to Win, featuring Dale Scott and Angel. Boom. Perfect. We did it. But now we have to express it in the interface. So let's take a look. Open up the detail screen. Pardon me, let me get into the editor. Open up the detail screen here. Add a new group. This group is going to be called Side Artists. You're going to have one field in here be that side artist field. Make it a view. Add records through the form. Now we have to very specifically design this side artist form to follow a correct, proper user experience for the user. So we'll say add side artist here. The release you can just get rid of because you're coming from the detail screen of a specific release. Airtable is smart. It knows assign that release. So get rid of that. But we do need to assign an artist. We'll make that required. And then we also need to say what type it is. Maybe default to primary, sure, just in case. And default to featured. We can always move back. Make that a required field as well. Allow users to edit. Boom, boom, boom. Great. Publish. And let's do it. Now open up, lock, keep the handle. Let's do this one. Scroll to the bottom. Add a side artist. Let's add Fog as featured. Sure. Create. Let's add Marvin Jackson as primary. Cool. Okay, now we already know we got to get back into the editor here to make this look a little better. First, I'm going to call this add side artist. I'm going to change the fields. We certainly don't need the name. We don't need the title, but we do need the artist and the type. Boom. Let's get that going. Cool. Publish. Publish. Now look, Locke and Marvin Jackson. Keep the Hustle, featuring Fog. Now we want to go back in here. We want to add another. Boom. Say Case is another featured artist. Create. Boom. Case. Fog, featured. Locke and Marvin Jackson, Keep the Hustle, featuring Fog and Case. Boom, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Hopefully it created a practical use case in your mind about why and how junction tables are important. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you think I missed. Good stuff. Talk to you on the next one.